Hi, this is Antoinette Ransom, your Hollywood correspondent. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing the talented Vallie. Vallie, how are you?
I'm doing good.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. You look beautiful.
I'm excited. You got your EP coming out.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yes, I'm so excited. My new EP, Circumstances, is coming out April 22nd.
Why Circumstances? Why?
So,
The title.
yeah,
Circumstances.
the title, it sounds a little ominous, but really it's like this culmination of all of the events in my life up
Okay.
until this point. So it's just kind of telling my story and my experiences. So,
What's your favorite song on the album?
it's a difficult question because I wrote all of them.
I know they're all your favorite, right?
One that is very personal is Drop the Subject.
Okay.
It kind of talks about my experiences with like my health and perception and opinions of other people. I think sometimes people, they tend to ask very personal questions. And they don't necessarily always realize that it's not appropriate.
Right, right.
So it's just kind of going into that of just sometimes it's better if you don't say anything.
Yeah, less is more, right?
Yeah. Or if you're going to say something, be genuine about it.
Yeah.
Don't do it because you think that it gets you some clout or something, you know? Because I'm all about, being genuine.
You know, your voice has this soulful, unique, acoustic, I can't even explain it. Like, I would explain you like a cross, but you have your own unique sound. Like, when I hear your voice sometimes in some of the songs like Joni Mitchell, Alanis Morissette, Lord, Olivia Rodrigo, like all mixed together with some Alicia Keys, right? But you're just unique. That's why I just feel like you're just gonna, when people discover you and they see you on that screen, that's it, it's over. Because nobody else sounds like you, nobody else. Tell me about the challenges you've been through up until this point with your career. What are some of the challenges where you look back and be like, oh my gosh, I learned from that, you know?
Many challenges. I think with anybody in any type of entertainment, there's always bumps in the road.
Oh, yeah.
Like you always think, well, this is it. This is my big break. I'm gonna do it here. And then you fall back. And then you climb up a little bit and you're like, oh, this is it, I'm finally, and then you fall back and you kind of, it's easy to get discouraged.
Yes, it is.
And it's easy to be disappointed.
Right.
But at the same time, it's also easy to like just choose to have a positive outlook. Like you can continue to keep going.
When
And
did you know
so-
you're going to give it your all? Like, when was that pivotal moment you said, okay, Vallie, I'm going to give it my all. We're going to do this. When was that moment?
So I had the opportunity when I was like 15, 16 to release my first single and do my first music video. And I thought at that moment that was gonna be like my big break, like that I was gonna give it my all and I was gonna go forward. And it didn't really work out. I didn't really know how to speak up for myself at the time, and it kind of just like went
You were
along.
young.
Yeah, with everything else that was going on, and it just didn't feel right. And so for a while, like I explored singing with a rock band
Wow.
and doing that, which I love rock music. But again, it still didn't feel like the most genuine me. And then I started having some like health problems and had to step away from it. And just take a break, and I wasn't sure that I was going to go back into it because it's so difficult. Like being in the entertainment industry, you have to be on, and it really takes a
Yes.
toll on you.
It does. Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to be a musician, I want to be an artist. I want to perform, and I kid you not, the person sitting next to me busted out laughing. They laughed in my face.
Oh, no.
And I was so embarrassed and so disheartened. Like, there's nothing like more terrible than someone just like belittling you.
Oh,
you know?
girl, I know how you feel. I know.
So,
Yeah.
for reasons like that, for people that like put you down, like that, keep going. It doesn't matter like what people think, because if you believe in yourself and you keep going, you will eventually reach your goal. And
Very
the people
true.
that laughed at you are going to be wishing that they were friends with you.
Well, because they can't see it for themselves, right?
Right,
They
right.
feel like it's impossible for themselves, so they don't see it in other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that person is actually pursuing music right now. So,
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
yeah.
Tell me about your album cover. I noticed it was very pop arty, like
Yes.
Andy Warhol-ish.
Yes,
You know?
yes. So actually the whole EP is inspired by a touch of nostalgia. Like we are very, well, it was very drawn from all the way back to like the 60s, and then inspiration from like the 80s, like your like iconic like cult movies.
Yes.
And then very much like 90s R&B. So I wanted to make sure that the art on the EP really reflected that. So working with the graphic designer, I was like, let's give it like this old look to it, like something that you would have seen like back in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, I see that.
you
That's
know?
why I said Andy Warhol, like
yeah,
the pop art look.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely.
Wow. I'm excited about your newest song coming out, though. I want to see the animation. Because I feel like if it's like anything like the album cover, it's going to be interesting. You know?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely. So as far as the art goes, all across the singles and the EP, it's all consistent. So
Nice.
it's got touches of the same art, and you'll notice that in there are these hands.
Okay.
And that flows all throughout all of the music videos, actually. So
Okay.
everything is connected, including that newest single and newest video. It all kind of tells this different story, because like I said, the EP is just this continuation. So I wanted to make sure that everything had like little snippets and little clues. And so if you watch closely,
Like
you'll
a book
see,
in different chapters.
yeah, yeah, you'll see like how it relates to the different pieces of the puzzle.
Why don't you tell everyone how they could find you? I know how to find you, but where can they find your music?
So you can find my music at Call Me Vallie on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then just Vallie on Spotify, iTunes, you name it, all of the big platforms, I'm there. And you can also find my music and more about me on valleymusic.com.
Well, you heard it. That was Vallie. I'm super excited about her new EP coming out called Circumstances. I'm going to be there at her album release party on April 24th. I hope you are too. Thanks for tuning in.
I don't wanna be alone with you. I'm uncomfortable, but it's nothing that you really do. Just the way the false reality of it all.